Zhang Zhao faints from overwork and wakes up in the future. Zhang Zhao recalls his fatal heart attack while doctors observe his new body. Zhang Zhao realizes he is hospitalized in a high-tech facility. A rabbit-eared doctor begins an intrusive physical examination on a startled Zhang Zhao. Zhang Zhao shouts in protest and scrambles back on the hospital bed. Zhang Zhao flees on foot. Zhang Zhao bursts out of the room, determined to escape his captors. Zhang Zhao stops in his tracks as he encounters a corridor full of animal hybrids. Total shock fills Zhang Zhao. Zhang Zhao races past various beastman patients, realizing the world has changed completely. A broadcast confirms that the year is 3094 of the new star calendar. Hiding behind lush plants, Zhang Zhao breaks into tears over his bizarre situation. Zhang Zhao laments being stranded in a strange world inhabited by beastmen. Thinking of his mother's home cooking, Zhang Zhao resolves to return to his time. Zhang Zhao's firm resolve. A broadcast about a time travel machine developed at a local academy gives Zhang Zhao hope. Zhang Zhao realizes that the Interstellar United Academy is his only ticket home. Panic strikes Zhang Zhao as he spots uniformed guards searching for him. Two guards in white pursuit Zhang Zhao through the medical center's lobby. Zhang Zhao urges himself to run faster to avoid being captured. Zhang Zhao pants heavily as he is suddenly pinned down by an unseen force. Lancelot, a black-haired man with cat ears, looms over the pinned Zhang Zhao. Lancelot leans in close, inhaling the scent of the terrified and flushed Zhang Zhao. Lancelot wonders why the presence of this strange boy calms his mental turmoil. Lancelot pins Zhang Zhao's wrists above his head in an unbreakable grip. Lancelot Othello demands to know who sent Zhang Zhao to infiltrate his private quarters. Lancelot orders Zhang Zhao to stop making excuses and confess his true motives. Zhang Zhao desperately protests his innocence while Lancelot suspects a hidden conspiracy. Lancelot conducts a thorough search for hidden weapons, causing Zhang Zhao to cry out. Lancelot questions if Zhang Zhao's arrival is part of an assassination plot. Zhang Zhao gasps in shock as Lancelot continues his aggressive physical search. Lancelot mockingly suggests that Zhang Zhao snuck in just to get close to him. Lancelot decides to use Zhang Zhao as bait to lure out any hidden enemies. A voice demands to know who the imposter is. Zhang Zhao's blue eyes weep. Zhang Zhao recalls his death from overwork and the doctor's confusing questions. Zhang Zhao summarizes his encounters with reliable people versus the threatening Lancelot. Zhang Zhao vows to enter the academy and reach the time machine. Zhang Zhao stands nervously in his new blue and black academy uniform. Digital profiles identify Zhang Zhao as an ancient human and Hercules as a canine prince. Dossiers reveal Lancelot is a panther commander and Angelo is a fox student. A final profile introduces the cat beastman Danielle, while Zhang Zhao remains captured below. A fox-eared official interrogates Zhang Zhao regarding his claims of total amnesia. The official outlines the social welfare requirements necessary for Zhang Zhao's release. Zhang Zhao curses Lancelot while resolving to escape back to his own world. Zhang Zhao runs off into the distance, his hospital gown flapping behind him. A high-tech collar on the floor beeps with an urgent message for Lancelot. At the academy, Zhang Zhao finds himself bored by a long-winded speech. The fox-eared official informs Zhang Zhao that Empire regulations require him to receive a university education, leaving the boy confused about the social welfare department. After being handed an admissions handbook, Zhang Zhao reacts with joy as the official suggests mecha or physics as suitable majors. The official warns that a developing time travel machine might be off-limits to welfare students, a revelation that immediately captures Zhang Zhao's full attention. Zhang's wide-eyed shock. As Lancelot prepares to lecture, Zhang Zhao celebrates his successful enrollment and the chance to finally return home. Memories of being restrained by Lancelot amidst blooming flowers haunt Zhang Zhao's mind as he faces his new reality. Zhang Zhao's indignant outburst. Lancelot lectures on the fragility of spiritual power and the intimacy of the spirit body, while Zhao worries about being targeted by the man he considers a pervert. Danville and another student catch Zhao attempting to sneak out to find the time machine during the general's lecture. Zhao's grateful smile. New friends share a HUD. Lancelot presents a case of a berserk lion tribe beastman and asks the class for an ideal treatment plan for such a damaged spirit body. Lancelot's intense, calculating gaze.
Panic strikes Zhao as Lancelot singles him out while he is trying to hide on the floor.
Lancelot demands to know the squatting student's name and major while the boy struggles to respond. Zhao nervously identifies his major as spirit care, triggering a wave of mocking laughter from the other students who consider the program a joke. When asked how to treat a berserk spirit, Zhao suggests gentle petting or cat treats, which shocks the student beside him.
The lecture hall erupts in laughter as the students mock Zhao's suggestion of touching someone else's spirit body.
Danville and his companion urge Zhao to sit down as the class continues to insult the spirit care major's lack of basic knowledge. Danville explains that their major is seen as a garbage dump, making Zhao realize why his admission was so effortless. Recalling his past life as a biology student, Zhao resolves to redeem the spirit care major through his unique knowledge.
Zhao argues that touching a spirit body is possible if it perceives the person as a companion rather than a threat. 4 words: Lancelot's slight, intrigued smirk.
Zhao describes grooming as a viable treatment method, while a massive, fluffy cat spirit manifests behind him. Zhao's adorable panda plan. Zhao introduces the concept of a soul extractor tool to help spirit bodies submit, leaving the other students both impressed and confused.
Zhao's proud confidence.
Lancelot admits to being inspired by the answer, while Zhao smugly believes he has outsmarted the general's trap. Lancelot stops Zhao with a single word as the lecture concludes. 4 words: Zhao's sudden nervousness. Other students gossip about Lancelot's prestige as Zhao attempts to blend into the crowd and escape the general's notice. A firm hand takes hold.
Zhao is lifted high.
Danville catches Zhao and demands to know where he is going, prompting the boy to lie about seeking the cafeteria.
Danville's firm, guiding hand.
Despite his protests, Danville drags Zhao away from his escape attempt. Zhao expresses disbelief at Lancelot's overwhelming influence, while Danville confirms the general's legendary status. Danville gushes over Lancelot's rare panther bloodline and his status as the youngest and most decorated general in the Empire.
Lancelot's lethal, disciplined aura.
Zhao's stunned realization. Danville pushes Zhao toward the general's office, shamelessly asking the boy to secure an autograph for him. Realizing he cannot defy such a powerful figure without risking his path to the time machine, Zhao prepares to enter the office. Zhao enters the room to find Lancelot waiting for him behind a large desk.
Lancelot's blunt, personal question.
Lancelot questions Zhao's background as a public student, making the boy worry that his true identity has been uncovered. Lancelot suggests that Zhao's talent is wasted in the spirit care major. Zhao suspects Lancelot has hidden, lustful motives under the guise of unasked kindness. Lancelot's unexpected major offer. Rejecting the offer, Zhao frantically tries to flee the office as a heavy thud sounds against the door. Lancelot blocks the exit with his gloved hand, trapping the startled Zhao inside. Lancelot informs the boy that the room is AI locked, while Zhao demands to be released from the man he considers a pervert. Zhao recoils in shock. Lancelot claims he is only checking the boy's body to help him find a better place to stay. Lancelot's calm, handsome features. Mechanical arms seize Zhao as he shouts for the man to let him go. A clamp peels back Zhao's clothes as Lancelot suspects the boy as a spy sent by the Federation or another mysterious group. A spectral tail touches him. Lancelot explains he is using spirit power to check for modifications, while Zhao groans in discomfort. A cold, spectral touch. Zhao finds the sensation bizarre, while Lancelot is suddenly struck by the boy's scent. Frustrated by his inability to resist, Zhao calls Lancelot a perverted bastard. 4 words, Zhao's flushed fists. Lancelot struggles against a rising desire, while Zhao fears the massive panther spirit intends to silence him forever. Mo Yan sniffs him. Zhao begs for the creature to stop as the spirit panther begins to lick his chest and neck. Lancelot demands his spirit return, realizing he can sense everything the panther experiences through the boy. Lancelot's intense, glowing eyes. Lancelot's heavy, suppressed aura. Lancelot demands to know who sent the boy and why the panther reacts so strangely to him. Lancelot warns the boy to remain silent about the encounter, leaving Zhao feeling deeply embarrassed. Crown Prince Helis enters the room, explaining that his father insisted he greet the visitor.
Helis asks how the boy is feeling while thanking Lancelot for his help as Zhao beats a hasty retreat. Helis reveals that their father sent Lancelot to school to recover his damaged spirit power, a duty the general accepts.
Lancelot is perplexed that his spirit panther appeared for the first time in years just to interact with the strange boy.
Lancelot's thoughtful, golden gaze. Helis follows Zhao down a staircase and asks the student to wait. Helis asks if the boy recognizes him as Zhao stops to look back. After Zhao questions Lancelot's character, Helis offers to buy the boy a drink as an apology for his friend's behavior.
Zhao mocks the prince's clumsiness while showing him the proper way to operate a vending machine.
Helis watches Zhao curiously. Helis' attentive, purple gaze.
Zhao drinks greedily.
Zhao is astonished by the flavor of the juice, though Helis explains it is merely a common local fruit.
Realizing he nearly revealed his ignorance, claims his status as a welfare student is the reason for his surprise.
While Helis tries to defend Lancelot's heart, Zhao remains convinced that the man is a vile individual.
Zhao's angry outburst.
Zhao warns the prince to stay away from the general, while Helis wonders if he is seen as the better man.
Zhao's firm, happy confirmation. Helis is touched by the compliment, noting it is the first time anyone has preferred him over Lancelot.
Helis' sudden, quiet departure.
Helis waves a brief goodbye while Zhao thanks him again for the drink.
Helis asks for his name.
Helis' lingering, curious look.
Helis' sharp, elven ears.
Zhao is startled by Danville's sudden and enthusiastic return.
Danville shares a hug.
Danville bombards Zhao with fangirl questions about Lancelot's scent and voice, much to the boy's annoyance. Zhao is frustrated that his friend only cares about the general's charms instead of what actually happened.
Danville questions if Lancelot punished or admired the boy while leaning in to get a closer look.
Danville tells Zhao to stay still as he begins a personal inspection of the boy. Danville gets uncomfortably close to the blushing boy.
Zhao rejects Danville's touch while the boy begs for gossip about General Lancelot.
A curious, soft touch.
Danville's cuteness disarms him.
Zhao bargains to touch the boy's ears in exchange for information about the general. Danville's mischievous, toothy grin.
Danville diligently takes notes while a disheveled Zhao trembles in the background. Their fox-eared roommate enters to announce an urgent lab material fee requested by the teacher.
5 words, a staggering 20,000 fee.
Both students react with absolute horror at the exorbitant cost of their education.
Zhao calculates his dwindling welfare funds and realizes he will be nearly broke after paying.
Panic sets in as Zhao worries about surviving the semester with such high prices. The roommate finds Zhao's financial desperation amusing and suggests an easy way to earn money.
5 words, a tempting secret recipe offer.
Zhao is easily swayed by Robert's pitch and the distracting softness of his fluffy tail.
Chibi versions of the roommates show Robert gloating about how easy it is to fool the boy.
5 words, a skimpy bunny tail outfit.
Jiang Zhao is mortified to find himself dressed in a highly revealing bunny beastman costume. Robert explains that since Jiang Zhao lacks natural beast traits, he must use this look to attract buyers.
4 words, Jiang Zhao's profound embarrassment. While wandering the city, Jiang Zhao begins to feel that something is deeply wrong with his environment. A bear beastman approaches and demands a sample, leading Jiang Zhao to offer a small sip. The predator demands to be fed mouth to mouth, prompting Jiang Zhao to scream for help.
Lancelot hears the commotion and recognizes the distinctive voice echoing through the dark alley.
4 words, a powerful, decisive kick.
The bear beastman is swiftly neutralized as Lancelot stands over the fallen harasser.
Jiang Zhao declares his strength while Lancelot stares in disbelief at the boy's ridiculous attire. A tense confrontation ensues as Lancelot questions why the boy is dressed so provocatively. Jiang Zhao tells the general to mind his own business while internally cursing his bad luck.
Lancelot is skeptical of the supposed spirit-soothing potion as Jiang Zhao tries to make a sale. Lancelot destroys the vials, claiming they are certainly not the medicinal aid the boy believes them to be.
Shattered glass and coins. To prove a point, Lancelot forces the boy to ingest the potion and see the truth for himself. A hidden observer watches the scene, suspecting something shady between the general and the student. A Federation agent reveals a deep-seated hatred for the Empire and a desire for its downfall. Federation plans to eliminate Lancelot.
Lancelot holds the dazed boy.
Jiang Zhao feels a sudden, overwhelming heat and accuses Lancelot of being a pervert.
Lancelot's grim, steady stare.
A shocking realization dawns. Lancelot questions what the boy means by being tricked.
Jiang Zhao tearfully explains how he was desperate for money to pay his university fees.
The boy laments that Lancelot warns the boy about his identity and tells him to never wear such things again. Lancelot's confused, sharp question.
Jiang Zhao's blank confusion.
Lancelot clarifies that everyone in this district is a man, making the situation even stranger.
Jiang Zhao looks around and sees other men in similar outfits, confirming the general's claim. 4 words, Jiang Zhao's horrified face. A realization strikes Jiang Zhao that everyone he has encountered in this world is male. Jiang's world collapses as he realizes he has transmigrated into a paradise for boys' love, despite his desperate insistence that he is straight. Bound and beautiful Jiang Zhao. Lancelot expresses concern for the boy's well-being, while Jiang Zhao remains paralyzed by his shocking discovery. An elegant figure with long pink hair and fox ears approaches, carrying a large bouquet of roses through the cityscape. Jiang Zhao's dazzled bees. Jiang Zhao wonders if he is finally seeing a woman in this strange world. Angelo's striking red eyes.
Jiang Zhao immediately misidentifies the beautiful stranger as his wife or sister, much to Lancelot's confusion.
The pink-haired stranger smiles warmly while Jiang Zhao struggles with the lingering heat from the potion. The elegant man lifts Jiang Zhao's chin and teases him for being a naughty little rabbit.
Lancelot attempts to stop the boy from leaving, but Jiang Zhao reminds him that he was the one who forced him to take the potion.
Jiang Zhao's weak, trembling state. The stranger extends an invitation for the boy to come with him, claiming that he likes him. As the elegant fox beastman sweeps the boy into his arms, Lancelot tries to command them to stop. An intimate, floral encounter. Lancelot demands the release of the boy, but the stranger flatly refuses to comply. A tense, golden standoff. Jiang Zhao thanks the kind sister for the flowers as they depart, leaving a frustrated Lancelot behind. Lancelot orders his hidden guards to follow the fox beastman and ensure no harm comes to the boy. 5 words, a lavish, pink-hued bedroom. Feeling shy, Jiang Zhao suggests they take things slowly and get to know one another first. The stranger reveals he already knows everything about the spirit care student, from his academic status to his welfare support. A chibi Jiang Zhao resolves to work hard and support his sister despite his own poverty. Angelo's amused,
touching reaction. The man offers Zhang Zhao an employment contract that would solve all of his financial worries. Overjoyed by his luck, a chibi Zhang Zhao tearfully agrees to work for the wealthy sister.
Jiang Zhao presents the signed papers, eager to begin his new job.
Zhang Zhao's sudden, sharp shock. A flushed, vulnerable Zhang Zhao. The man prepares to reward the boy and asks why he is so curious about his name.
Angelo's close, glowing face. Zhang Zhao comments on the heroic nature of the name Angelo as they share an intimate moment.
A moment of horror. Angelo removes his clothing to reveal he is actually a man, leaving a horrified Zhang Zhao in disbelief.
Zhang Zhao's trembling shock. Outraged, Zhang Zhao demands to know why the beautiful sister is actually a man.
Angelo mocks the boy's naivete, wondering how he could possibly believe females still exist.
Confused chibi roommates conversation.
Angelo explains that females have been extinct for 3,000 years, much to the boy's absolute astonishment. Angelo recounts how an ancient star was destroyed, forcing their ancestors to undergo genetic modifications for survival in space. He explains that after settling on a new planet, they realized females were gone forever and had become mere legends.
Zhang Zhao's curious reproduction question.
Angelo describes the advanced technology used to create children by extracting and combining the genes of two people. 4 words. Angelo's mischievous, knowing smile.
Angelo pulls him closer.
A loud "ow" sounds as Zhang Zhao retaliates with a flurry of punches, rejecting the idea of finding pleasure with another man.
After fleeing the room, Zhang Zhao celebrates maintaining his purity, while Angelo watches him go with amusement.
Angelo's intrigued, handsome expression.
Back at the school, Robert angrily confronts Zhang Zhao for missing his performance, only to be met with a swift physical response.
Zhang Zhao pins his roommate down and demands to know if he enjoyed tricking him.
Robert screams for Zhang Zhao to calm down, while a chibi version of the boy rages in the foreground. The dean asks what they are trying to do, and a defeated Robert admits he was wrong, only for the man to declare it is too late.
Robert points to his swollen, teary face to show the dean how badly he was hurt, while a chibi Zhang Zhao coughs behind them.
The dean accuses Zhang Zhao of laughing while the boy smirks, and Robert continues to act aggrieved.
Zhang Zhao tells the dean that Robert tricked him into selling illegal potions and his own sex appeal.
Zhang Zhao claims he feels humiliated whenever he sees Robert, but the roommate yells for him to stop acting. Zhang Zhao looks on with bored indifference as his roommate continues a loud, dramatic tantrum.
Zhang Zhao asks the dean to change his dorm to the physics building nearby.
4 words, a glowing portal opens.
General Lancelot steps through the doorway, surprising the group with his sudden arrival.
Zhang Zhao's angry, defensive outburst.
4 words, Lancelot's calm, steady gaze.
Lancelot suggests that Zhang Zhao move into the empty teacher's dorm room right next to his own.
Lancelot asks what he could possibly do to the boy, suggesting his fear comes from a guilty conscience.
As Lancelot leans in close, he internally notes that the boy won't reveal his true intentions for fear of being exposed.
Zhang Zhao argues that the arrangement is improper and might lead to other students demanding better housing.
The dean tells them to stop arguing and promises to provide Zhang Zhao with a new, excellent roommate instead.
Zhang Zhao's confused, blank expression. The dean assures the boy that his new roommate will be a medical school elite.
Lancelot's sharp, calculating stare.
Zhang Zhao's reluctant, forced acceptance. A familiar, sweet greeting. Angelo's flowery, elegant return. 4 words, Zhang Zhao's shocked realization.
Angelo identifies himself as the medical star the dean mentioned while patting a skeptical Zhang Zhao on the head.
Zhang Zhao's intense, wide-eyed shock.
Angelo pulls the boy close and reminds him that he signed the employment contract willingly.
Angelo mentions the penalty fee for quitting, leaving a broke Zhang Zhao to lament his financial desperation.
Angelo tells him to relax as they arrive at the building where he plans to build a spirit therapy studio. Angelo explains that he needs Zhang Zhao to help him organize a large amount of case data. Angelo explains theories about genetic defects and magnetic fields as they enter the high-tech lab. Angelo winks while explaining that fancy instruments and hypotheses are the keys to profiting from public ignorance. Jiang Zhao asks if the instruments were expensive, but Angelo reveals they are mostly old lab junk. Zhang Zhao inspects the equipment. Zhang Zhao panics after accidentally touching a console, but Angelo remains focused on his work.
Angelo's calm, informative explanations.
Angelo places his hands on the boy's shoulders and tells him not to worry about the quick test. As Zhang Zhao enters the capsule, Angelo notes that spirit care majors usually have the lowest rank. Jiang Zhao steps out of the machine feeling a slight pressure in his head, but otherwise normal. Zhang Zhao's eager, curious question. When the screen flickers, Jiang Zhao asks if it is broken, but Angelo clarifies that it recorded blank data. Zhang Zhao accuses him of using junk machines to scam people, but the man flatly denies it. Angelo stares at the screen, thinking that even a broken machine shouldn't record completely blank data. A difficult, stubborn device. Chibi versions of Jiang Zhao struggle with a device that refuses to fit together correctly. Zhang Zhao's curious, focused gaze. Helis approaches as Jiang Zhao complains that the terminal Angelo gave him errored out and died. Helis offers a helping hand. Helis explains the terminal monitors body and mental data while several beeps sound from the computer he is operating. A quick, expert repair. While Zhang Zhao is surprised by his roommate's technical skills, Helis monitors the boy's data and admits he wanted access to his private information. Helis explains that he needs to use significant power to bypass the security measures on the terminal. A determined Helis suddenly begins to strip off his clothing as he prepares to exert more effort. Jiang Zhao covers his eyes in a panic and demands to know why the repair requires him to be shirtless. Helis remains focused on the device, while Zhang Zhao reacts with extreme embarrassment. Chibi versions show Helis confused by the reaction, while a tearful Jiang Zhao laments the lack of normalcy in this world. The scene shifts to a quiet, starry night over the campus. Zhang Zhao sneaks through the corridors of the physics department, determined to investigate. He arrives at the physics lab, noting a maintenance sign posted by the entrance. Seeing that the lab is unsealed for equipment checks, Zhang Zhao decides to seize the opportunity. He enters the quantum conversion lab and continues his search through the various scientific facilities. Passing by a nuclear lab, he decides it is not the destination he is looking for. He stops in front of the theoretical research committee room and wonders if he has found the right place. Zhang Zhao suddenly freezes with a look of intense alertness and surprise. Hearing footsteps, Jiang Zhao quickly hides as he realizes someone is approaching him in the hallway. The dark-haired beastman, Danville, walks through the facility with a stern, focused expression. Zhang Zhao watches nervously from his hiding spot, hoping to remain undetected. A sudden, firm hand grabs the boy's wrist, forcing a sharp "ah" from his lips. Helis appears and quickly shushes the startled boy as they hide together. Helis pulls Zhang Zhao toward a storage room, urgent for them to stay out of sight. Danville continues his rounds, unaware of the two students hiding just out of view. Pressed together in the cramped space, a deeply flushed Zhang Zhao realizes how close they are. Helis gently rests a hand on the boy's head, causing a startled reaction. Zhang Zhao stares up in silence as the intimacy of the moment and his own racing heart overwhelm him. Outside, Danville stops and checks a beeping notification on his wrist terminal. Chibi versions show Jiang Zhao breathing a sigh of relief while Helis smiles at their narrow escape. Helis points out that the boy surely would have been caught without his intervention. A skeptical Chibi Zhang Zhao offers a half-hearted compliment to his roommate. Helis drops the playfulness and asks the boy why he is sneaking around the lab. Danville turns his attention toward the area, wondering aloud what is happening nearby.
Helis explains that he followed the boy out of concern after hearing him sneak out of their dorm.
A chibi Zhao asks why his roommate would bother coming all this way.
Helis leans in and warns him that outsiders are strictly forbidden, and the consequences of being caught would be severe.
Feeling cornered, Zhao takes a step back and struggles to come up with a believable excuse. Zhao strikes a dramatic pose and claims that he is actually a passionate physics enthusiast. He begs Helis not to report him, pleading for mercy for the sake of his supposed eagerness to learn. Helis breaks out into loud laughter at the ridiculous lie, while Zhao wonders if he was actually fooled. Helis praises the boy's kindness, seemingly accepting the story. Helis promises to buy the boy breakfast the following morning as they prepare to leave together. As they walk, Helis thinks back to how the boy's mental power was completely unreadable, making him increasingly curious. Days later, a tired Zhao yawns through a lecture regarding the manifestation of human mental power. The professor asks the students to release their spiritual entities, leaving a drowsy Zhao feeling pressured. Chibi Helis notices the boy is nodding off and decides this is the perfect time to test him. Helis releases his own glowing spiritual body, determined to discover who the boy really is. The small, feline spiritual entity approaches the sleeping boy and prepares to interact with him. The creature is suddenly caught in a flurry of chaos as a giant sneeze sends it flying. A groggy Zhao wakes up and wonders what is happening while the small creature looks on in shock. Panic ensues in the classroom as a large, flaming hyena spiritual body attacks the smaller creature. As the small cat transforms into a powerful beast, Helis suddenly clutches his head in intense pain. Students shout in horror as Danville's spiritual body goes on a violent rampage through the lab. A staff member reports a student's spiritual body is rampaging in Building A and urgently requests immediate support. The professor shouts orders for students to withdraw their spiritual bodies and evacuate as officials prepare to take over. Zhao watches with concern, whispering Danville's name as the chaotic situation unfolds.
Helis clutches his head in intense pain as his feline spiritual body roars nearby.
Helis addresses a rampaging Danville, preparing to intervene as the situation grows desperate. Helis commands his spiritual body to go as it leaps into the chaos of the classroom. Helis wonders if the boy will finally reveal his hidden power in this life-or-death moment. The professor's crocodile spiritual body manifests as Lancelot arrives, noting the rampaging beast nearby. Lancelot shouts a warning to Zhao as a massive, flaming spiritual beast lunges at him. 4 words, a small, adorable cat. Zhao happily pets the small cat, calling it a strawberry cake as it purrs. Helis desperately calls for his spiritual body to return as it is pulled back toward him. A sweating, blushing Helis stares at the boy in stunned silence. Zhao hugs the cat. The cat meows happily. An overwhelmed Helis shouts that spirit beasts cannot be touched casually, warning the boy to stop. Chibi Zhao bellows it. Helis tells the boy not to worry and to just stop, while internally noting that he won't be able to hold on much longer. Zhao asks why his face is so red and if his spirit beast is unstable, but Helis insists he is fine and tells him to let go. The cat leaps away. Zhao reaches out. Zhao catches the weakened man, supporting him as he begins to collapse. Zhao realizes the man is suffering from spirit power exhaustion as they are pressed close together. Helis looks down at the boy, thinking that he truly knows nothing about the gravity of the situation. Lancelot arrives and expresses surprise at seeing Zhao there, questioning why he is present. Helis' cold, suspicious glare. Zhao tells Lancelot that he was just catching a cat and didn't really do anything significant. The professor scolds the boys, explaining that touching a spirit beast can cause severe damage or turn one into a fool. Zhang Zhao's shocked realization.
Jiang Zhao apologizes for being reckless and almost harming the man, while Helis watches him silently.
Chibi Helis admits that the boy saved him and offers a warning not to be so impulsive in the future. Lancelot asks how the boy managed to calm the lynx, suggesting it might be a way to heal spirit beasts.
He says it just looked fluffy.
A chibi Zhang Zhao clarifies that he was talking about the cat, not the man's stomach. Well, that's one way to ruin a compliment. Lancelot asks how the boy used spirit power, leaving a confused Zhang Zhao to wonder if he used any at all.
Helis thinks to himself that the crown prince is unaware that Zhang Zhao is a defective beastman with incomplete power.
Helis and Lancelot exchange a sharp, intense look as they face each other in silence.
Chibi Zhang Zhao looks tired.
Jiang Zhao tells the others to stop staring so they don't realize he isn't a beastman at all. Lancelot asks Zhang Zhao if he is interested in an internship at the Spirit Beast Research Center.
Lancelot's soft, knowing smile.
Zhang Zhao realizes the lab is where the time-space shuttle is located and decides to take the opportunity.
Zhang Zhao shakes Lancelot's hand and eagerly agrees to help for the sake of science.
Lancelot's smug, satisfied smirk. Zhang Zhao smiles as Helis watches with a stern expression, thinking about the boy's mysterious spirit power.
Angelo reviews the situation and notes that the boy's quick entry into the lab suggests he is not simple at all.